for the first time for me personally, and I'm sure for you guys as well, unless you've ever worked on this ride, I'm actually seeing just how impressive this room is. Let me show you. As you can see, we've got the train behind me. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is JackSilkstone, and welcome to a very exciting little closed season construction update for Ghost Train, the refurbishment of course, the iconic dark ride here at Thorpe Park, Derren Brown's Ghost Train. As you can see, I'm currently here within the construction site for this exciting development that's taking place for the 2023 season. Already, as you can see behind me, the big old sign has come down, but that is just the start of all of the exciting stuff I have to show you in today's video, because I'm going to be heading inside the building and taking a look at all of the preparation and deconstruction of scenes from Derren Brown's Ghost Train. So we're going to go behind the scenes, I'm going to be showing you some of the secrets of the old ride and talking about how it's going to be changing for when this ride reopens in 2023 as Ghost Train. So yeah, very excited to be here today. I'm going to be covering this ride a load over the next few months. So be sure to subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date when I upload all of those future videos. As and when there's updates happening within this building, I'll hopefully be able to head in and show you guys. Because yeah, Thorpe Park have been very kind and they've invited me down today. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to do even more of this in the coming few months. But yeah, right now, I'm going to make my way into the queue line down to the pre-show. Let's go. So here we are in the first scene that you come into when you used to ride Derren Brown's Ghost Train. It's the pre-show. However, now it looks a little bit different. They've obviously started stripping out everything that they will no longer be using for the refurbished ride. However, it gives us an amazing insight into how this pre-show actually works, because obviously they used an effect in here called the Pepper's Ghost effect, and this was a kind of movie slash theme park effect that was first introduced, as far as I know, back in the days of like Walt Disney in rides like the Haunted Mansion and stuff like that. Essentially, it's a really simple effect. They basically use a mirror that's at a 45-degree angle, and they can then project things onto the mirror. However, as a guest, obviously, it doesn't look like there's a mirror at all. And obviously, if you've experienced Derren Brown's Ghost Train before, you'll know Derren used to go up there as like a hologram, and he'd talk about fear and what you're about to experience on the Ghost Train. But yeah, this will now be our last ever time seeing this kind of theming, because this room is going to be changing for the new ride. Which is why they've obviously started stripping out bits. There's this big old scaffolding tower in here. So yeah, I'm just going to take in this whole room in whilst I can. And obviously all of this theming is going to be going, just stuff that they no longer need. But yeah, I remember stepping into this room for the first time back in 2016 and just being stood. I remember I stood right in that back corner. And just when Derren came up and he started talking about what you're about to experience, I just had the biggest smile on my face, because obviously I've been waiting so long for this ride to open with all of its delays and stuff. So yeah, I've got pretty fond memories just standing in this room, not having a clue what I was about to experience, not knowing what was through this door over here. Because yeah, you obviously go through here. And yeah, again, this room's just in the process of being stripped. Like they've taken down all of the posters, they've got rid of the podium up there. And then yeah, you make your way into the kind of grand illusion room of the Ghost Train. But yeah, it's certainly very cool to be in here. See it in its final days. A little bit mad, isn't it? But yeah, this is literally only the start. I'm about to go and explore the entire building and basically see everything for the last time and show you all of the behind the scenes secrets of Derren Brown's Ghost Train. Wow, so I'm currently in a very, very cool spot right now, and I'm in awe, to be honest. This is something that I'm insanely grateful to have the opportunity to see before obviously this ride changes forever. Essentially, I'm in the main kind of grand illusion scene for Derren Brown's Ghost Train. You'd normally enter this building just in that door up there, and you'd obviously head along this big old walkway and you'd get onto the train. However, I'm lucky enough to be stood in the actual pit with the train itself, and for the first time for me personally, and I'm sure for you guys as well, unless you've ever worked on this ride, I'm actually seeing just how impressive this room is. Let me show you. As you can see, we've got the train behind me, and I hope this comes across on camera because honestly, in person, it is amazing to see. This is obviously the train, which from up here appears as if it's floating. However, as you can see, there are these huge mirror sections. I really hope it picks up on camera because in person, it looks absolutely mad. Because yeah, you've basically got a huge mirror section here, and all down here underneath the train is essentially a massive mirror. Like look, you'll literally see me. And then same again right here. However, obviously the way that this building has been designed is that when you're up on that walkway, every sight line that is possible makes it seem as if this train is floating. However, literally behind this massive mirror, you've basically got just a big old white warehouse. And obviously all of this rubber used to be on the floor here, just to kind of fill out this space. And fun fact, there's actually a cherry picker that's been built into this building that they would have used to use to clean the mirrors back in the day. But as a guest, you'd literally just walk over the top of it. You'd never know that it was there. But yeah, this is actually insane that there's just these huge mirrors around the train, and that is essentially how this big illusion works, because the ride vehicle inside this Victorian shell would essentially move out of this building, but obviously the shell of this Victorian train carriage would stay there. But yeah, from under here you can obviously see that it is in fact just completely empty. Look at that. And that obviously just goes into a warehouse. It really does make you appreciate just how ambitious this ride was and how much of a grand spectacle they wanted this thing to be. And you can't argue the fact that this is one of the most impressive single scenes in any dark ride in the world, to be honest. I remember walking in this building for the very first time and seeing this floating train. And my mind was blown. Like, you can't take away from the fact that it is amazing. And I do love that they tried it. And yeah, it's just cool to see after all these years how this kind of scene actually worked, because it is going to be changing for when the refurbished ride opens. So you'll no longer get this amazing illusion. So if you did manage to experience it in the 6 years that this ride was open, then you're very lucky, because as I say, it is an insanely impressive scene. And yeah, it's cool to just be able to see it behind the scenes. Absolutely amazing. I think being down this end of the building really puts it all into perspective. I just got a fright then. I saw someone in the mirror behind me. But yeah, from this end of the building, you can really tell how the mirror works. It's literally just split in half. But obviously you'd never ever see this ride from this angle, because the walkways end there. But yeah, absolutely bizarre. So cool. So here we are on board one of the actual tube trains now, where I think I can deliver the best news in this video. Look at this, guys. Look at this. As you can see, all of the PC units that were previously under the seats that powered the headsets that you used to wear on Ghost Train, have been taken out. Look at that. We've even got a box for one of the old headsets, the old HTC Vibes. Yeah, they've all been taken out and stripped. Here's one I made earlier. Look at that. It's so weird seeing this ride with literally no headsets, like leaning over the seats. It looks really clean. I really like seeing it without it. And yeah, that is because the future of this ride is not virtual. The headsets are gone. It's going to be more of a kind of in-person, actor-led, story-led, not virtually led experience, which is so, so exciting. And yeah, I believe the interior of these trains is going to change even more. Like the seats might not even be this texture, this colour. I'm not too sure on the details of that, but I am sure on the fact that the VR is currently being stripped out. Wow. How brilliant is that? So here we are now in the big kind of open scene where you're normally rushed off the train and you come into here. And obviously this scene has had many, many variations over the years. However, now it is currently basically completely empty, where they've taken out all of the kind of previous theming that used to be in here that they will no longer be using for when the new ride opens. But yeah, if you rode this ride back when it opened in 2016, you'll know that this entire room was empty. Like this whole wall here wasn't here. And essentially there was a big old track on the floor where these two lines are, as if this literally was a tube tunnel. And you'd come here and there'd be a big projection up here, and then you'd be rushed through these doors back into the train station, which is all still over here. And then, yeah, after that, they kind of had a refresh of the ride when Ride of the Demon was introduced, and they changed this scene entirely when they obviously built this big wall here, and they introduced kind of like a mini scaremate section. We'd go through these chain link fences, and they actually opened up this area of the tunnel, and you were actually able to walk down here. You come back, and you'd have a little interaction with a live actor before once again heading through. However, as I said now, as you can see, the drills come out, all of the theming has been taken out, including the trains themselves, which is very bizarre to see, but yeah, work is soon going to start on transforming the scene for the future of the ride. So here I am once again out the front of what will now be Ghost Train. Obviously a massive, massive thank you to Thorpe Park for allowing me access into this building today. It's honestly been a dream come true. This was like the first ride I properly followed as a theme park enthusiast. I was on the Swarm hype, but not on the level that I followed this ride. I was looking at all of the construction updates. I remember the day the Mines Wanted posters went up on the walls, and the day that Derren Brown was announced to be involved with this whole ride. So yeah, I've got a lot of love for this ride, and seeing like the behind the scenes of it today was so, so cool. And I'm very excited to obviously bring you more updates as and when they happen within this building. But yeah, it's certainly an exciting time for the park, with technically a new dark ride opening for the 2023 season. But thank you all so much for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed. My name's TheJackSilkstone. Goodbye.
Yeah, my team front row when we jump on a train. Got the merch on, reppin' SLK. Island flex when I step through the gate. Come true fresh with the style on flames. Dripped out, now I'm vibing. Link with the boys, jump straight to the island. Silkstone flex on a wave like tidal. Style so crazy, I hit it in asylum. Everyday riding, thrill sea car, it's the way that I like it. Style so sick, yeah, we jump to the bridge, take pics with the gang, then we watch the horizon.